What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, I'm hanging out with my my internet celebrity, my friend, man. Hey.
Nah.
Hey, man, I'm just glad I know you, bro.
Nah.
I'm just glad I know you, man. I went on my IG late yesterday, Deke. I was like, oh man, let me just see what's up. I was like, yo, I know this guy. I know him, man. You a rock star, bro. Shout out to my dog Deke, man. Shout out to the homie, man. What's good with you though, man?
Doing good. Was obviously at training camp yesterday, thanks to you.
Man,
Appreciate it.
Squad, man. Gang, you know how we do.
Yeah. Got to see some things. I'm excited about Steelers season here.
Uh-oh. Hey now.
If there actually is a quarterback competition, I don't know. I don't know if there actually is one, but if there is, that's heating up. Definitely. Justin Fields is making things interesting. I like the defense. Yeah, I liked a lot what I saw. Pickens, I think, is going to be taking that next step. Van Jefferson showed me some things.
All right.
Yeah, it was a good time.
No, without a doubt, man. And we definitely going to talk a little bit more about some of that stuff, man, coming out of training camp, man. Because, yeah, these quarterbacks are, making it very, very interesting. And, yeah, just across the board, man, we still looking at this roster, man. And, it's going to be a good time, man. Definitely a good time. But, dude, man, the people are responding. They digging. Some of them were digging. The jersey selection, bro.
Not really.
I might have seen like one or two people that was like digging it, just like a little bit. It was digging it, but it was on brand, and that's the fire part about it. For certain, on brand.
Yeah, it was between that and a hoodie, and it was 90 degrees yesterday.
Yeah, man, bump that.
So I had to go with the jersey.
Heck yeah, and it's cold in here, so shout out to the hoodie today. It's perfect time, man. Perfect.
Yeah, I know you got that good AC bumping in here,
Right,
so yeah, felt like a hoodie.
There it is. It's yeah, man. But yeah, it's gonna be a vibe though, man. Like I said, gonna talk some training camp, man. Gotta finally react to where TJ Watt landed on the top 100 list as well, man. Among some other things today also, man. But before we dig too far and start this thing too much, you know what I'm saying? Any deep thoughts today? Anything on your mind? What you got on your plate today, man?
I actually kind of did.
Oh,
I had a
hey
few
now.
things, but the one I thought about most recently was at some point in the middle of the day today. And it pertained to the draft and drafting good players and the type of players that you typically look at and you're like, yeah, that's a surefire thing.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Parsons came to mind.
Ooh. Okay.
And I was just thinking, going back to that draft, I think me and you talked about Michael Parsons. Everyone talked about Michael Parsons, that he was going to be a sure thing. Like, this guy's probably going to be a Hall of Famer, honestly.
Can't miss. Yeah.
Coming out of the draft, where'd he go? Like 9 or 10, right?
Yeah.
Where were the Steelers at that point in terms of, like, our linebacker situation? Like, was Devin Bush coming off his rookie year? Was he hurt? All I'm saying is, like, when you got a guy like that, would it kill a team, like, probably where we were sitting, where we had, like, 18, 19, and 20, would it kill you to
go get that one?
Trade up a little bit and just be like, yeah, this guy's generational, and he's a lock. Like, there's no downside. Like, worst case, he's going to be a multi-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah. Worst case was that. Yeah.
Worst case. Like, they weren't saying that about Devin Bush or some other linebackers that have come out over the last 4 or 5 years. Michael Parsons is the one that sticks out.
I was going to say, because TJ wasn't talked about like that either, man.
I think Joe Alt would be an example for, like, left tackles this year.
Yes.
But he went 5. Like, Parsons slipped down to 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm the Steelers sitting there, I don't care what our linebacker situation is.
Right.
We have a TJ Watt. You mean to tell me we can combine him with a Michael Parsons? Why not? Trade up 10 spots. Like, we did it for a Devin Bush. Like, and even if we had Devin Bush at the time, what if you have Devin Bush and a Michael Parsons?
And Devin Bush, even coming out, was never talked about in the same way as Michael Parsons, being that surefire, you really can't miss with this prospect. Devin wasn't talked about like that, so I do agree with what you're saying.
It's just a thought. I know I get hindsight's 20/20 and everything, but it's just like,
let me see his exact.
How does some of these guys that like Kyle Hamilton's another name?
Mm-hmm.
there's really no downside. He's going to be an awesome safety. He's going to be a multi-time Pro Bowler safety. He's like the most sure thing safety we've seen
Parsons
in like a decade.
Was 12th overall, by the way.
And he slipped to 14. Yeah, All right, Parsons slipped even worse than I thought.
Yeah. I do think it's
like maybe
it's
sometimes you gotta overlook needs and all that stuff. Just get a generational talent in there.
So let me see. This is the 2021 draft. So would that have been? That's the Najee draft. We stayed put though. We stayed at 24 and went Najee in that draft.
Even more of a reason to trade up.
But this
no disrespect to Najee, but it's just like
But we also have to go back to where we were in time during that time frame. We were coming off of James Conner not always being available and not feeling like we could consistently have a run game. Ben, if I remember correctly, was still a part of this as well. And we were saying to ourselves, you get the running game back, that should help out Seven, that should help out this offense. And that's what we kind of felt like we were missing because receiver-wise, we still felt good. I don't think that people were.
I get it, but that's exactly
what
that's exactly what I'm trying to say though.
Yeah.
It's just maybe sometimes you got to abandon like all these little needs, or not little needs, but just look at it like, oh, we got these 3 or 4 needs. All right, we drafted this Devin Bush like a year or 2 ago. We should be good at linebacker with him. Like we're holding out all of our hopes for him. Mm-hmm. It's like, dude, this guy's a guarantee. Let's just make it happen. This dude's gonna be a monster.
The only problem with that thought process is people love offense more than they love defense. At that time, if you're talking about Seven's offense and we're saying the only thing that's holding this offense back from being more than, or from your guy Seven getting back to top 5 looking, you weren't on that linebacker talk. You was also on that running back talk. So that's my you said because you wanted Najee from the jump. We talked about it, and I was on ETN because we both agreed running back was more important.
I never said it was a smart thing.
We never said, but we're not saying that it wasn't smart. We're just simply saying that this is more of we're looking at it after we've gotten the information.
I'm saying this is like a very general thing. Like I'm not even talking about the Steelers. I'm looking at it from a Steelers standpoint because we're so close to it, but.
It's not just a Steelers thing. Like multiple teams have decided
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
any team. Like that guy was the most sure thing out of that draft.
I just feel like if he played offense, we wouldn't be having this conversation because he would have been taken 1 overall. He would have been taken 2 overall, 3 overall. We, as a football fan base, not just Steelers, I'm talking football fan base, have weighed more offense than defense. I mean, we can see it in pretty much everything that we talk about in today's football, today's NFL. Offense matters more than defense. We're going to say quarterback over everything. Then it's going to be the debate. Would you rather have a pass rusher or a high-end wide receiver? Then would you rather have a dope middle linebacker or a heck of a running back? You know what I mean? And we're going to start having those convos, but everything typically slants back to offense. So to me, that's the reason why you can find a guy like Micah Parsons not going 1 overall, whereas if he was a running back, we'd be calling him Saquon Barkley or Bijan Robinson or Christian McCaffrey. If he played quarterback, he's any of these other unicorns that have been drafted in the top 5, these past couple of years. But he plays defense. He still was a pass rusher, so that's why he still went 12th and not back end of it. But to me, I think that's the big difference. I think that we weight scoring more than stopping people from scoring. And it's the reason why the Steelers have been under criticism a little bit with how they perform. Still winning, still productive, but stylistically, we don't score enough points that we feel good and comfortable about that. So that was why we revamped the offense and done everything that they did, coordinator-wise, quarterback-wise, and et cetera. And we're still flirting with, do we bring in another receiver or not? We're not talking about, do we bring in another corner? Do we bring in another, interior D lineman or passer? It's like, nah, man, we want offense. So that's my only thing. I just feel like Parsons is kind of the product of that. Because we're seeing Parsons right now. This Parsons.
Well, he's just an example of what I'm trying to say.
But I was going to also go with this, too, to piggyback on what you're saying. Parsons, TJ, right? If they played offense, they would be, if this is a video game, 99 overall. If they were doing top 100.
Unfortunately not.
Right, but they played defense. And that's part of what I'm saying, whereas you can look at offensive.
Oh, well, Myles Garrett's been in the 99 club. It's not necessarily about that. Aaron Donald's been in the 99.
But you're hearing what I'm saying. Did T.J. Watt fall off a cliff last year? In fact, T.J. Watt had one of the
they
best
just
seasons.
disrespect T.J. Watt.
Okay, so
Did
Michael Parsons fall off a cliff last year? No, he did not. But offense is what generates the eyes. Offense is what typically generates the engagement. So that's typically why, from my perspective, I feel like you're going to see defense guys get slighted more. And the Parsons argument that you bring up is an example of that as well, man. But I just think it's just offense, man. People want offense. Whenever we rate best players in the league, how many offensive players are up there over defensive players solely because they can score a point versus the guys that stop you from scoring points? It's like you scored 10 touchdowns this year. You're better than the guy that stopped 20 touchdowns from happening, though. But that's how we'll spin it because it's offense. And part of it's easier to, like, identify for everybody else, too. So it's easier to say that this guy that scored 20 touchdowns is better than this guy that has 10 sacks but 50 pressures, because we don't always know how to view that as a whole from a fan standpoint or media standpoint, whereas it's easy to look at that offensive guy and say, these numbers are better than these numbers, so that means that this player is better than that guy. And then that's how the debates start. But I like it, though, bro. I'm glad that you actually taking up for some defense, man. Let's go. Take up for the defense, Deke.
It could be
Take up
offensive
for the
guys.
defense,
I'm just talking about guys. And Micah Parsons is the one that
they
comes
can't miss
to mind.
dudes. Yeah. You don't pass on can't miss offense prospects, do you? Did Bajan slip?
No, I'm just saying in general. Like,
Yeah.
if there's a guy you know is going to be that dude in the league,
Yeah.
he's going to be an absolute beast,
Mhm.
borderline Hall of Famer with him just stepping on the field.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you're the Steelers. You're one of these teams chilling there at like 20, 22. It's like, I don't know. What's the harm in trading? No, I guess
I feel you, bro.
maybe we did that back in the day with Paul Molly. We believed in him that much. But I mean, Michael Parsons. He's
Yeah.
the one guy most recently that I could think of. I'm just thinking to myself, how?
Yeah.
We're the Steelers too, man. I get we drafted Devin Bush and everything, but
That's real, bro. That's real. I bet if we needed a wide receiver and he played receiver, we would have went and got him. Basketball, I think if he played offense, we would have went and moved. I think other teams would have went and moved, though, if he played offense. Because we see it every year.
yeah, I don't know. We've gotten a lot of good receivers in the second round and stuff.
Mm-hmm. But you're saying league-wide, though. Because nobody was like, gung-ho, got to go get him, right? Dallas picked him, but it wasn't like, oh, everybody's having to go crazy over it. But if he played offense, we see every year how teams will move heaven and earth to get that quarterback, to get that receiver, to get that star offensive talent. Just, how people look at it, man. I like your style, though, baby. I'm team defense. Let's get it.
All right, what do we got?
Man, shoot. Other than that, baby, I think that's a vibe to start the day off, man. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Yeah, we get this thing rolling, man. So with that being the case, y'all go ahead and drop it in the comment section where you are tuning in from. So then that way we give those big boy shout outs to start the day's show. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe. And Deke, I'm mad because as I'm saying that, I totally forgot. Team USA won. All right, shout out to Team USA, man. You see the bucket hat on me, man. All right, Team USA, men's basketball, Team USA, women's basketball, take care of business. And shout out to Noah Lyles, man. 100-meter champion. First one from the U.S. in over 20 years, baby. Salute, salute. And we are dominating the medal count also. We're not dominating the gold medal count, but we're dominating overall medals. So shout out to USA, man. Shout out to all the Olympians, all the athletes out there representing the country the right way, man. USA, USA. Brown play tomorrow. Don't forget, bro.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
X Concepts 724 Claridge, PA. Aiyuk to the Berg.
Uh-oh.
Concepts 1 incoming.
Uh-oh.
Joy Weaver, the 920, Two Rivers, Wisconsin. Let's go Taco Monday.
Let's go. He say Taco Monday? Was that Taco or he say Taco Monday? What did he say?
Yeah, instead of Taco Tuesday, he's doing Taco Monday.
All right. Shout out to tacos on Monday then, man. Man, nothing wrong with a good taco on a Monday.
We got Defen from the 515, Ames, Iowa. Just finished my PhD last week. The pod helped me out a lot. Thanks, fellas.
Salute you on that, and congrats on the PhD, man. Let's do it.
NML Finesse 410, watching from behind enemy lines. Baltimore Deke looked like Kenny out there throwing to GP.
Oh, no.
I think GP could have ran a better route. I think he eased up a little bit.
Hey, man, I like it.
I let him back of the end zone, toe tap. Just, I don't know. Yeah, I guess there could be different perspectives on it. I think GP could have had it if he really wanted it.
Said like a man in a Kenny Pickett jersey, baby. He said like a man in a Kenny Pickett jersey. I like it, baby. I like it.
Hold on. We got Rashawn Jones, 732, Neptune, New Jersey. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Let's go. Yes, indeed, baby. Yeah.
I'm too saucy for you, Jackson, Mississippi. I changed my name from Young Shad 101. Okay.
Oh, okay. Shout out then. All right.
X Concepts 1 says GP didn't take Deke seriously and was sadly mistaken. He didn't know I had that arm strength.
Shout out to the quarterbacks with arm strength, man. Shout out, bro.
828 style, tuning in from 828 Hickory, North Carolina. Always in the house.
Let's go. My man said you threw the ball to a different stadium. Shout out to Hefe Quad. I see you the Don. Let's go.
Christopher Beck from the 925 San Francisco, East Bay.
Hey, shout out to the East Bay, man. One time for the culture, man. One time.
I'll say a few more. London Parker, 843 Charleston, South Carolina. Praying for everyone in the path of the storm.
Nah, that's real, man. That's real. Is it down in all the Florida people, man? Stay safe out there, man. Batten down the hatches.
And Iron Mike 5K from the 405 OKC, Oklahoma, ready for week 1.
Hey, shout out, man. We almost there, but don't rush because we actually got a game. Dude, we got a game this week, man. Shout out to it being officially game week, man. Definitely excited about that, man. Let me tap in. I got a couple of people I want to shout out, like the homie David Spencer in the 252 East North Carolina. Shout out to Caleb Campbell in Titusville, Pennsylvania. Always shout out to the homie What Up Jules in Phoenix, Arizona. He said it's 114 degrees yesterday out there. Send help. Yeah, stay inside. Keep that AC on all the way up, all right? Because, yeah, that's kind of crazy. Definitely kind of crazy. All right. Let's see, man. Jaron, Pittsburgh Steelers for life in the 559, Visalia, California. And Deke is going to be starting QB for us, is what Jaron says. I don't hate the controversy, man. No. Man, you look... your numbers use 50%, bro. 50% with a touchdown. That's pretty good. We'll take that.
No.
We'll take that. Then after that, man, shout out to Leah Warren in the 254, Killeen, Texas, as you already know. She says, here we go. Steelers 7, here we come. And absolutely, you know, we got to get that 7th one happening this season. And I will end it with the homie Hannibal 090 checking in from the 770 Atlanta. Shout out to the ATL. Shout it, ATL. Love it. Man, we'll see you in a couple of weeks, man. Opener game. All right, though. Let's tap in.
First, we got Malvo Does It joining the upper room.
Shout out to Malvo Does It, and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Also, some additional bonus content in there for the upper room members. You know, make sure y'all tap in and check that out when y'all get a chance to, baby.
Richard Arbizo asks, did Deke ask Russ if he uses height stents?
Ooh, a play on the handstands. I see what you did there, Richard. That's a good call, man. How'd you feel about it? Yeah, but say that was that your first up close and personal with Russ?
No, I've met him many times.
That
was the first time I met him.
First impression, what did you take from it?
He was a cool dude.
Okay.
I mean, wasn't much of an interaction. Just asked for a pic, and that was it. He was cool though. Yeah, he was cool about it.
Saying you sized him up, right? What you think?
What about his height?
Yeah, because you know we're gonna ask you about both.
I think honestly taller than I expected based off your description of him from OTAs.
Yeah,
but probably around the height I would have expected. Just seeing Russ and knowing who Russ has been with his height and you know all the physical traits and everything throughout his whole carer. Yeah, I was expecting a little shorter based off your description and talking about him, but like, he was a little shorter than me though. I mean,
that's what man. The people was they was curious. Yeah. All right, so he was a little short. What about the other one?
Fields.
Yeah, how you feel about it? Was that your first time
meeting Fields?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. First impression.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's a little taller than me.
All right. He had the hair out too, though, so I'm sure that counts for something.
Yeah, I think he's a little taller than me. And the spikes on too. You gotta consider that.
Good call.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if Fields likes me. I'm not sure. Not sure.
It could have just been he was tired a little bit. Maybe just Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I
don't know if he likes me.
I don't know if he does. I mean, I was complimentary of him. I said, "Yo, like, keep up the good work." Asked for the pick. He took the pick, and I don't know. I don't think he liked the Pickett jersey. I'll put it to you that way.
Outsider looking at it just looked like the 8. I felt like the initial 8 kind of caught him off guard, but he was a good sport about it, and that's the thing I do like. But
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he liked the Pickett jersey. I don't know if he's listened to me before either on the podcast. So maybe he's heard some of my Fields takes.
Yeah, no.
Especially versus Pickett or just in general.
You know what? I ain't think
maybe
about
I don't know. I
ain't think about that. You think he watches?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I just thought, I don't know if he was the biggest fan of me. That was one of my takeaways.
Respect.
But here's what I will say: after analyzing the pictures, Fields stood up straight.
All right.
Passed the green line test.
Respect.
I mean, yeah, that is respect.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got to see Fields not only in person but ball out these last however many days of training camp. Like he's impressing. That's why I dapped him up too. I was like, dude, keep up the good work and everything. Russ, he was leaning in a little bit. I don't know if that gives any signs, gives any hints at who should be the Steelers QB1 for 2024. But I mean, you want a quarterback that taking a pick, you're standing up tall, you're standing up straight. You don't want someone leaning into a fan, right? So yeah.
They said GP looked like a fan taking a picture. How did you feel about that then?
I didn't take a pic with him.
Oh, okay. Because they say he looked like a fan out here, man. Yeah.
GP was cool.
Okay.
He was real cool.
Okay.
Yeah. GP was real cool.
About to say, man, I just ain't know how you felt with the pictures and all the lines and everything, man. Yeah.
I didn't take a pic with him.
Okay.
But yeah, Fields stood up straight. Russ leaned in. It's tough.
All right. So, there you have it. Do not lean in if you're trying to look like you're ready to be the starter out here, all right? Because we're going to analyze you. We're going to ask about it.
Stand your ground.
We asking questions, man. I'm over here like, he was a quarter two. He was, yeah. Okay. I like it there, man. I like it.
Yeah, don't lean in.
Can't lean in. All right.
The green lines. That's
you
what
see
they
it.
say.
You see it, man.
You got to watch the green lines.
You see it. Don't cross it. All right. Stand your ground.
Tito, you go ahead.
And I was just saying, but shout out to the dudes though, man. They did. It was vibed out, man. It was a good little vibe down there, man.
Tito, good vibes. Says Deke, what about that throw though? LOL. I felt good about it. I'm not gonna front. I felt good about the throw.
Okay.
I think Pickens maybe should have finished his route.
Hey, it's like that sometimes, man. You know,
miscommunication.
Hey,
I think
man.
that's all it was.
There it is. Yeah.
You could see afterwards too. I was trying to lead you. I think he was looking for a different style of pass. I think I kept it more on a line. I think he was expecting like a Russ Moon ball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, miscommunication, and then we talked it out. And
yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if that content gets out there. We'll see.
All right, respect, man.
Let's go, UW. Deke got more arm than Kenny Kitten Mittens.
Ooh. How'd you feel about that? I mean, you threw one of the same footballs that Kenny threw on one of the same fields that Kenny's built on to one of Kenny's favorite receivers.
I'm not going to front. Kind of wanted the Tom Brady treatment with that football. I needed that deflated a little bit more. That thing was pumped up, man. It's slick, too.
Yeah.
That's slick. But, yeah, I mean, you saw the tape. I threw a good ball. I mean, that didn't stop me.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
But if I'm in Tom Brady's shoes, I
warming up, man. You look good.
Yeah, if I'm in Tom Brady's shoes, I could actually kind of see why he doesn't like his footballs that way.
Said, man, the way you was spinning that thing around, bro, I can see the skills. You look real natural out there. That's all I'm gonna say. You look real comfortable.
I used to play baseball back in the day. That's why my homes are so good. Play baseball.
Like that.
Yeah.
Straight
He's a
like
pitcher.
that.
I wasn't a pitcher, but yeah, I can play baseball.
He played baseball, man.
I know how to throw a ball. Baseball, football,
Let's go.
golf ball whenever I get a bad hold.
Hey, it be like that
Throw a golf
sometimes,
ball
man.
into the woods.
Hey, if you ain't throw a golf ball in the woods, man, are you playing golf? Come on, man.
Xavier TG, Deke rep that 8 jersey well.
See, shout out to the people showing love to Deke in that 8 jersey, man. Shout out to that Kenny Pickett jersey, man. Still got legs, man. Still is alive in Pittsburgh. You love to see it.
Yeah.
Warm reception too, man. Everybody was
definitely
vibing
not.
it. It was a
Definitely
warm
not.
reception. Everybody was loving the jersey, bro. You know that.
Actually, no one was. I think I was almost about to get booted out.
Deke, everybody loved it. I don't know what you're talking. Everybody loved the jersey, bro. You killed it. Everybody loved it, bro. I liked it. It looked good on you. Only you could pull that off, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, some people think they can do that. Y'all not Deke. Don't try that at home, man. All right? Y'all are not Deke.
Steelers Nation on fire. Shout out to Trevor Bauer for breaking the team and league records with 19 strikeouts. Hashtag bring him back to the MLB. I think he's in that Mexico league.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know the details. I be nervous sometimes. Cause I'm like, yo,
Pitching
he's
good.
nice. Yeah, I'm like, so why haven't they brought it back when everything got cleared up and y'all, you know what I mean? It came out that it was, kind of made up, fabricated against the man. Like, am I missing something here? Maybe that's what I was like. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know.
Well, I know Trevor Bauer is a starting pitcher and a really
Right.
damn good starting pitcher. I think he won a Cy Young. He's
Yes,
like the
he
best,
was
or if
nice
not
as
one of the
heck.
best
He was
in the
about to
league
get
for a stretch.
paid. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know he's a starting pitcher, but I know for damn sure, worst case scenario, the Pirates could use him as a reliever because our relievers
Don't do
are
that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
trash.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
trash. I
Don't
mean,
do
it's
that,
such a
man.
shame.
Don't do that, bro.
Such a frustrating team.
Don't do that, man. We got guys.
Talented team,
Man.
talented pitching staff. I know the bats haven't been there all the way, but
Yeah, put it on the bats, man. Don't put it on the pitchers,
it's
bro.
it's partly on them. But there's been so many
Uh-huh.
blown games in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings.
Because we stopped scoring. If we just keep scoring, it doesn't matter.
No, this is after
Yeah.
we are winning the game.
But we just got to keep scoring. We can't take our foot off the gas pedal.
That's true. The bats could be
Yeah.
better this year, but
Yeah, man.
the relievers not been up to par. And all I'm saying is Trevor Bauer could be a really good reliever for us.
Man.
Worst case scenario. I mean,
But yeah, seriously,
obviously
like, what
he's
is going on with him though? Why haven't
still a starter down in Mexico, so I don't see why he couldn't be
Yeah.
a starter in the MLB. But
What
we
are we
could
missing?
just use another pitcher, flat out, one way or another. Whether he's starting or pitching a couple innings
Yeah.
on the back end of some of these games, I don't care.
What am I missing with it? Am I missing? I feel like I
don't know.
Like, what are we missing
I
with
don't
this
know.
thing? If he's available, I mean,
not
let's
sure.
clear it up, bro. Like, I'm with you. It can't hurt us.
T-Star, Deke, you could have at least wore a Mason jersey.
Ooh, you do have a Mason, yeah.
Yeah, good vibes with that jersey.
Low key, I think everybody would have been respectful of the Mason too. I don't
Wouldn't have
think-
been as funny.
Yeah, I would say Mason doesn't move the needle as much as the Kenny though, and you specifically with the Kenny. You are
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it's
It
you,
was-
yeah.
Yeah.
It's either it had to be Kenny or 7. That's like if you could put a quarterback going out there.
The 7 jersey ain't as funny as
Yeah,
the
because
Kenny
it's-
jersey. Just,
Everybody's
it's
gonna
not.
respect that. Is 7.
Yeah, that Mason jersey has good vibes. I was
Mhm.
thinking earlier today, maybe I just keep that and get the Fields nameplate.
No, Mason is like a Duck jersey. It's a moment in time. You put one of those out 5-10 years from now, you can be like, whoa, respect. That's all I'm saying, man.
That's fair, but if you get the nameplate, I guess you could always take it off easily. You should be able to at least. If Fields don't work out, but I
You can
think-
have how many twos, bro?
this is what I'm
So,
saying.
yeah,
This is why I
you
just get
you
the
racking up your
nameplate,
twos,
maybe.
bro. Yeah.
And there might be some mojo
Ooh,
with the
okay.
Rudolph. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's that jersey.
Okay.
It's not necessarily about the name on the back, but it's the jersey.
I think it's about the name on the back of that specific one, though, man. Because it
Maybe.
was a moment. Like,
It was.
we can't go back and take that moment away. Like, we know what that moment was. And it sparked a run. If you don't buy that jersey, Mason doesn't have that confidence to keep doing what he's doing. We don't make the postseason, bro. Think about that.
I didn't actually buy the jersey.
You ain't steal
I
it.
rented it.
You ain't steal it, though.
I rented it.
It wasn't stolen.
I guess I technically bought the jersey after he threw the touchdown.
Yes, it wasn't stolen. Is what we wanted, just to make sure that that's out there. All right, Deke did give a good to receive the item. All right, so yeah,
I kept the receipt though. I didn't throw the receipt out.
It's
And I made it
insurance.
clear in a
It's
video
some insurance.
before the
Nothing wrong with
game that
insurance.
If Mason sucks, I'm returning this.
There is nothing wrong with insurance. In case something goes wrong, I can get this in return. Nothing went wrong, so we ain't have to cash in on it, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey.
No, the Mason jersey wouldn't have hit like the Pickett jersey, though.
Yeah, Mason is, like I said, just the tip of the cap. They'll show you respect. But that kitty, that's a statement. The kitty is like, you either love it or you hate it, but you're going to react to that kitty jersey. It was plenty of reactions. Shout out to the reactions, man. Shout out.
Corey Hewins, if Fields is building chemistry with the first unit, why wouldn't he be the starting quarterback by week 1 in a few weeks?
I'll just say from my perspective, Fields can be building chemistry and Russ could also be building chemistry as well. I don't think it has to be one guy has the chemistry and the other guy doesn't, because this isn't like your traditional QB1 versus QB2 conversation. These are both two guys that have been starters and QB1s at their respective places before coming here. With Russ, he's done it for a very, very long time. With Fields, he's still on the front end of his career, but he's shown multiple years now that he at least is capable of being a QB1 in this league and having some success. Now, we want more consistency from him, but he's at least shown that. So with both of those guys, they're naturally going to be able to build a rapport with the first team unit. They're going to naturally be able to do certain things where we're like, wow, this guy is nice right here, because they both are at a certain level. Whereas when we just talk about the guys that we've, had just last year, Kenny, Mitch, and Mason, none of those three career-wise have reached the heights of Russ. None of those three within, since Fields has been in the league, would be viewed as a consensus better than Justin Fields to this point in their careers. And I just think that that's part of, the excitement with Fields and the excitement with Russ, and why when you hear people talk and they say like, yo, it's a good problem to have, this is why. I don't think it has to be a end all be all for one or the other. I mean, I spoke with Deke a little bit where he was out there, out there yesterday, and I was kind of like, yeah, could you see it if it shifted? Everybody's been on this, Russ has to start, but hey, Russ is going to get benched at some point and we're going to go to Fields. But the way that things are playing out, I could see a scenario where it does start out with Fields if it were to continue with Russ not being able to fully, immerse himself into training camp and preseason and stuff like that. But in my eyes, I don't think that changes where Russ would be on this roster. I think that he would still be here, but I think it would put pressure on Fields to have to perform out the gate and make sure that he is up to par, because all of this excitement that we're having in training camp and hopefully will carry over into these preseason games, to me, is no different than Kenny Pickett's excitement a year ago for what he did in training camp and preseason games. We would all agree training camp practice and preseason games are very different than regular season games. And based up until this point, between the two quarterbacks, one has shown a higher level of consistency in the regular season games and obviously in the postseason as well. Whereas with Justin Fields, we're trying to see, is the new scenery, the new coaching staff, the new pieces around him, could that be the thing that gets him to ascend to where we've seen Russ be at? And I think that that's, why I don't lean one way or the other in the sense of, oh, Fields is building chemistry, so it should be Fields. Because at the same time, as a dude that's played, that chemistry with Russ is going to happen just as fast, because Russ is just as talented, but he brings even more from a mental standpoint in terms of how do we get into the right call? How do we be the leader and those type of things? Whereas with Fields, he's just still trying to show that he can consistently do it. And he's doing a great job with that. But that's just kind of how I look at it personally, man. But I mean, we're going to find out. How you feel about it, man?
I think it helps Fields' chances. There's no doubt. Because if there's an edge that Russ has, it's the veteran stuff. It's Russ being Russ, clutch factor, veteran.
Proven.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, yeah. You could probably just sum it up with proven. Honestly, that's the edge that Russ has. But I think the edge that Fields has is his youth, the athleticism, the talent, and all that. And if you're going to pick between those two edges or those two attributes, you're gonna bet on the Russ side of things to win games. But if you're add another tool or add another thing to Fields' side, I mean, it could start to balance things out, and that extra edge would be the chemistry that Fields is building with all the starters right now. I mean, he's been getting the QB1 reps for 8-9 days here in training camp, and he's looked good. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
I think he's gotten better and better as time's got on, and over the last 2-3 days, he's been consistently putting out really good performance. There haven't been the hiccups from Fields. Like yesterday when we were there, sitting there at the end of practice, I'm thinking to myself, I don't think Fields missed a pass this whole time. He was balling out. Got the ball to Pickens, got the ball to Jefferson. Really good. Looked really good. Confident too. Got the ball out quick. So I think it closes the gap. But right now, you're still going with Russ. A week or two from now, if it's the same thing, where Russ is limited, Fields is getting all the time, looks good in these preseason games. Am I saying the same thing? I don't know. I thought the calf injury was just going to be like a 1 or 2 day thing, and we were going to see Russ, and this whole talk would be squashed. But I just think the further along we go with Fields getting the majority of these QB1 reps and Russ being limited, and I think it should be a conversation. I don't know what the Steelers or Tomlin are actually thinking behind the scenes. Maybe they're dead set on Russ from the start, and I don't think that would be the wrong answer either, to be honest with you. But if it truly is an open competition, then yeah, Fields might be making a name for himself here, making a case.
No, I like it, man. I like it. Shout out to Corey Humans, man. That's a good question.
Delusional Steeler fan says he just got off the phone with Brandon Aiyuk. Tell Van Jefferson to change his number. Hashtag CTESPN.
What's my homie AB talking about, man? What he saying over there on CTESPN, man? He got a breaking news or something?
He did,
What'd
actually.
He say? Oh, what did he break?
Yeah, he said the Steelers and 49ers are in deep talks right now trying to make a trade happen.
Okay.
49ers are more open than ever to trading Aiyuk.
Hey, you saw Omar yesterday, right? Omar Khan?
I did.
When you saw him, was he on his cell phone at any point?
He was.
Okay. Like talking, right? Not texting. He was like on it, right?
He was talking.
Okay. We'll find out, man. Shout out to AB if it is accurate, though. Shout out to AB.
Yeah, I don't know how much
he was on that phone,
weight
man.
you want to put on CTESPN reports. It's
got
like
the jerseys, right?
I was gonna say it's
hey, he done had
at
some
this
pieces,
point,
man.
It's probably less than 50-50, but it's not nothing when AB's tweeting something.
I like him like Rappaport. I don't like him like Schefter. I like him like Rappaport.
I mean,
you don't like him like Rap?
No,
nobody likes Rap Sheet, but Rap Sheet on occasion gets something right.
I would give Rappaport a lot more credibility. Than
Don't do him like that. No, man. Hey, Rap.
If you want to say Schefter's 100%, like Rappaport, 90 something. You know, it's not like he's 50-50.
The way we talk about
Broussard's
Rap,
probably more like 50-50.
No, people, we don't like Rap, so we gonna go at Rappaport. That's why everybody be going at him. So we go at Rappaport.
Pelissaro's good.
Yeah. Pelissaro, no, we ain't. Tom is cool. Tom is a good category. Put Rap about that. Rap be giving he gave some 7 reports, man. You don't like him, man? Go ahead, man. Yeah.
What did he say?
Something about 7, and he need to be, hang him up probably. Yeah.
When was that?
Do him.
I guess I wasn't doing the podcast.
No, you ain't like Rapport all the way. No. I remember that.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, man.
Tom Jade is saying it's happening.
Okay.
We got him. Got the alerts out.
We're gonna find out, man.
Van Jefferson looked good though.
Yeah.
I'd be good with rolling with Van Jefferson as wide receiver too.
So, question. I'm gonna just put this training camp update banner too, because we talking about all this stuff kind of organically. But with Van Jefferson, because I do agree, I thought he did look really good
He's
yesterday.
He's doing the
man.
AB workballs too. They're saying catching 300
300
balls
a day
after every practice.
Yeah. If you want to be great, don't tell me, show me. We've seen greatness until somebody else produces and does it for as long as Antonio Brown has done it. There is no excuse to not do the things that he did in terms of his on-field working to perfect his craft. Don't tell me you're great. Don't tell me all this unless you're willing to outwork that man. And I still haven't seen a person that is willing to do that as consistently as AB. Swear by it. Him, L. Bell, Debo, hardest workers I've ever been around in my life, man. But my question was this, because Van, like I said, I thought he looked really good, man. Thought his run after the catch, especially him getting north and south. That's a big thing with Van and with GP. Catch the ball, get vertical, right? If GP were to go down and now Van Jefferson has to be bumped up to the wide receiver 1 scenario.
We need to trade for someone.
So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Then if we feel like that, I don't know if it is the scenario where you just feel confident, you know what I mean, that we don't bring in another person, because the way that our offense continues to look, even in the practice setting, 13 personnel, 12 personnel, 22 personnel, it's a lot of, we're going to single up that wide receiver on the backside, and he has to be a guy. We're one GP going down, and now this offense is kind of handicapped a little bit. If we want insurance, like we kind of been talking about, right, a little higher in insurance, then yeah, you go get a Brandon Aiyuk. You make that move. We say we can afford it. It's going to be expensive, but for what we're trying to do for this year, you go with that. I'm back and forth still at times, man.
It's the conversation we've been having the whole time.
Seriously, bro.
I think we're fine with where we're at, but yeah, we're one injury away.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already witnessed one with Roman Wilson, but I think we can get by without Roman Wilson. It is Pickens. He's the one that, there's no replacement for him on this roster. There's no question about that.
I mean, as we look at the other receivers, it's like Van Jefferson's the other way that we're like, all right, we're seeing that, but tell me who else you saw that made you feel like, yeah, man, whew. Like, we're not taking anything away from those guys. It just GP, where he stands right now, it's alone, man. So,
yeah, I think he's gonna have a big year.
Yeah.
Now, that's the thing with Aiyuk. It's like you trade for him, you bring in another guy, another weapon. You're gonna have to pay him. Opens up the offense a little bit, like helps the offense and everything. Do we need it? If we stay healthy, I don't think so. But could we use it even if we do remain healthy? Like if we just add Aiyuk to Pickens,
it's an added asset to the offense,
Van Jefferson,
man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm good with. Yeah, I think it wouldn't hurt us at all.
You know what else? I feel like it also pushes GP
Let's just make the trade, man.
Yeah, because right now with GP, he's the only guy that we realistically view as a threat to consistently, not just on occasion. I'm talking consistently win versus one-on-one on the backside. If you bring in Aiyuk, now you got two guys that we feel are at least capable in some capacity of doing that at a higher clip. And I think it pushes GP to say, I don't want to come off this field whenever we go one wide receiver. So the only way I can make that happen is if I show up every single day, every single practice, every single rep, whether it's catching the football or blocking. I have to put out that type of effort every single time, because now Brandon Aiyuk is here. That's not Van Jefferson. That's not Calvin Austin. That's not Roman Wilson, Scotty Miller and company. That's somebody that legitimately I'm looking at as either we're equal, or some might even say that he's a little bit ahead of me right now. So that's the part that I do kind of like. If we do make this move with Aiyuk, I think we could get that added bonus, which would then really force GP into that other world that we're seeing a lot of, or not a lot of receivers, but we're seeing receivers tap into, that we think he fits that same mold and is capable of getting into.
Then becomes the weird part, though. If GP is for sure our number one, we're paying this guy Brandon Aiyuk a ton of money. How does that switch up our early identity here? And what's his vibe? If he's coming off the field middle of the season and GP's the main guy when we're in heavy personnel and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But if they're both producing, though,
that's.
Are you worried about that?
Maybe Aiyuk doesn't even. Maybe Aiyuk just wants his money, and then he's not as stressed about targets. He wants his money
because
and
he's
just
been
wants
the
to
number
win.
2 or been a part of an offense where he's not force-fed targets in San Fran. So money is big, but in terms of his oil field, what would be the big difference for him? He's still going to get an uptick. I feel like I don't know if he'll get an uptick in targets. I feel like it would still be right on par, though, here, just based off of our weapons and how we would utilize him versus in San Fran, where he's still having to split with Kittle, CMC, and Debo. Juszczyk gets his action, too.
I don't think we'll be as pass-heavy as the Niners, though.
I think we would if he's here with GP, though.
Yeah, that's my
yeah.
question. We were just talking about how this is going to be a very physical, run-heavy team. Bringing in Aiyuk, does that switch up the vibe, switch up the identity a little bit? I mean, maybe.
I think it shifts it from, if it's 60-40 run or 60-40, on the heavy,
he's a good blocking receiver,
yeah.
though. Like, I think he'd buy in. He obviously bought into the 49ers system. I'm not saying they're completely like way passing it like so much more
Yeah.
than running too. I mean, Christian McCaffrey gets his.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
yeah, they do. So they're a nice balanced team, but you know they're more apt to pass.
Yeah.
With Purdy there and Shanahan than I think Arthur Smith and what we got going at quarterback, whether it is Russ or Fields right now.
Yeah.
Aiyuk would help the offense no matter what.
The one thing that I do like from Arthur Smith, and he talked about this yesterday when they were asking about Justin Fields, just talks about how, just if these are the players that I have, these are the pieces that I have, like, how can I maximize them? What can I do with them that's going to make this thing better? Versus, this is what I run. This is my scheme. Figure it out. Make it work.
Yeah.
So that's the part where I do feel like if Aiyuk were to come into the fold, he would be able to make the alterations, or at least the way that he's communicating through the media seems like he's a lot more willing to customize it around the players versus trying to make the players fit what he's trying to do. And I think, like I said, that's a positive. And I think that's partly why Fields is playing as well as he's playing. I think partly why GP is looking as comfortable as he's looking out there. Because it's more of, what do you do well? We're not going to, GP, if you don't have all these routes, cool, we're not going to have you do all these routes. We're going to credential split on the backside, force them to play one-on-one versus you, and now you beating the guy one-on-one. We know you can do this part. You might not be the Deontay Johnson type route runner, but we can get you on this bang out. We can get you on this end. We can get you on this dig. We can get you on that. And all built up from this offense. So, like I said, Arthur Smith, I just think that could still carry over with Aiyuk without us completely losing this ultra physical identity that anybody that's been out there in camp practices has been seeing. I think that it would still be a positive. But we'll see if AB's right, man. We're going to see.
Yeah, on the field, Aiyuk helps us. The only question would be, does he mess with the potential vibes or chemistry? I don't think from being at camp yesterday, I don't think he could mess with the vibes that we got going right now.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
In terms of training camp, preseason, offseason. But if you're sitting there in the middle of the season and the scenario plays out, as I mentioned, where Ayuk's not getting the ball as much and Pickens is the clear number one, not getting targets, not on the field as much as he was getting out in San Fran, what's the vibes going to be like that? I think that would be my only question mark with Aiyuk. But sometimes the risk is worth the reward.
If we winning, I think everybody is okay. I think if we're losing, different conversation. And I think we even saw that at times last year with our team. When we were losing, going through a little bit of them down times, a lot more chirping, a lot more of the frustration kind of being vocalized. Whereas when you're having that success, it didn't matter who was getting targets. It didn't matter who statistically was having the better games. It was, we are winning. And everybody was kind of on board with that. So I think as long as that's still happening, I think we can kind of massage the egos of both of those receivers in terms of if it was a target issue or a production or lack thereof issue.
Yeah. All right, let's go, you dogs. So do either of you watch Portia Woodman on the New Zealand rugby team? She's a female Derrick Henry, and she got an angry run scepter.
Oh, yeah, she was killing folk, man. That's the one that's stiff arming people, and then got the go fast in the open field, can, hit that thing. You be like, oh, what? All right, shout out. Yeah. And she had, size on it. She wasn't no little person, so that's the other part. Shout out to her, man. Yeah.
Corey Ewan, Shannon Sharp, and Ocho says the NFL Top 100 is voted for during the season in November, so knowing that the list makes sense, except for Rodgers, it still doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about it. That's on our docket. We're going to get to that at some point today. We definitely going to get to it.
I've always understood that the NFL Top 100 is voted on, at some point.
Yeah.
End of season, November, is it early December? I don't know. It's voted on at some point towards the end of the season. I've always understood that. It's still a terrible list. That doesn't change my opinion on it at all. Young Poppy Benito, Deke, why'd you throw Pickens that bum-ass ball? Thought it was a decent ball. Thought it was decent.
Hey, so...
Had more arm strength than, I guess, Pickens thought. Or even I had some juice on that throw.
Yeah.
But miscommunication, that's all. Miscommunication. It happens.
Shout out, bro. Shout out.
I'll be a leader. I'm not going to point blame, even though Pickens could have ran a better route.
Hey, man, you hold it down for 8, bro. Hold it down for 8, man.
Thomas Dowdy, bad reports coming in on KP. Glad we got out.
They say McKinney now. I know you know, bro. Why you trying to
No,
play like you don't know what's going on with Kenny, man?
I'm trying to think on the exact headline here. Yeah, he got QB3 reps. That's what it was.
That was it?
Yeah. Got some QB3 reps. They
Bro,
gave
they
the
really
QB3 some QB2 reps.
Talking about they making it sound like he was like god awful. Like that was it, or is it the other dude is playing well?
I'd say a mix of, but like I don't think Kenny had his best practice
Okay.
or two recently, and maybe that guy looked decent. Yeah.
Okay.
Because everything up to this point has been
just
positive.
Just got some reps with the threes. I'm like,
Kenny.
I ain't tripping on that.
I mean, I ain't stressing on it either way, man. He ain't here anymore.
He isn't, but he made an appearance at camp though.
I know people are thinking I got my notifications set for Kenny Pickett updates.
I swear I thought you did, bro. That's why I was like, bro, what you mean you don't know this stuff, bro?
I hope the guy does well. I really do, but it is what it is. He didn't want to be here. We go on and on about how things didn't play out or work out here, but at the end of the day, he didn't want to be here. I think he got a little bit of a raw deal. He didn't help himself, got injured, et cetera, et cetera. We bring in Russ for $1 million, ruffled some feathers. He wanted out. Who you want to believe on how the situation went down? Kenny's side of things, Steelers side, who did who wrong? Doesn't matter. I think on the day he didn't want to be here, which is fine.
I man, control with control, man. I'm with you, Deke. I like your energy, man. I like your energy. But side note, it was pretty funny. Deke actually ran into some fans yesterday, and it was actually a younger fan. It was like a little kid fan. And Deke told him that he was Kenny Pickett, and the young fella actually was believing him too for a little while. I wanted Deke to continue on with it. Why'd you stop though, bro? That's the real question. Why you want to? Yeah, like if you could have seen, because the kid came up and was like, "Yo, you play?" He was like, "You good?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm trash, bro. I'm all right." And then Deke was like, well, "That's Kenny Pickett right here," and he had the 8 on. And he was like, "Yeah." Deke was like, "What?" Deke ain't want to run with it though, man. You supposed to have just ran with that, let the kid go home, and be like, "Yo, man, I met Kenny today. You should have signed KPA and everything." You know, you could have done it too.
No.
You could have done it, bro. Yeah.
828 style. Moats and Deke, is it just me or did Najee gain 2 inches on his forehead? It's starting to look like my OLED TV.
No, man. No, don't do him like that, man. Don't do him like that, man. Naj be looking good, all right? Nah, still look good, man. He still got the big body on him. He's still holding on to that football. Man, look good, man. Was winning in some one-on-ones for routes, one-on-ones versus linebackers and stuff, because that's the competition they did yesterday, not backs on backers. But yeah, I thought Naj looked fine, man. I ain't getting on Naj's hairline, forehead, and all that. Y'all know I'm team LeBron James. We can't talk hairlines. We can't talk forehead. We can't talk hair. All right, so and then I love MJ. He balled. All right, so I ain't messing with none of that, man. All right, shout out to Naj, though.
Tito Good Vibes gifted a Moats membership to Jay Moods.
Shout out to Tito Good Vibes, been an absolute rock star at life. And Jay Moods and James Saturn. I see you as well, baby. Welcome to the Upper Room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. For you new Upper Room members and the OG Upper Room members, there is some bonus content in there, a little early bird and stuff like that, man, for y'all to check out whenever you get a chance to. But shout out to all y'all, man. We appreciate you. And Tito, man, shout out to you, because you be rocking on all the content. Like I said, kicking it with Moats. I be seeing you over there on the Shoe Channel, man, showing love, rocking with the golf videos. I'm getting better. The little man's getting better, but we appreciate your encouragement, man, from the heart, baby. So salute you.
Gregory Collins says, getting ready for baby 4. Jude is coming soon.
Shout out.
Appreciate y'all love for the community. Also, Deke, please don't throw another pass like what we saw.
Yeah.
I'll be better.
Deke, yo, I like your style, bro. I like your style, man. And that was no warm-up either. That was first throw with the football. Now that I think about it, that was your first throw of the day. Yeah. Respect on that, bro. Respect.
Yeah.
You know breakfast ball. You know the breakfast ball.
It's almost like, there's times I miss like a 6-foot putt, 7-foot putt. Feel like I did everything right, and it just lipped out. The ball didn't roll exactly how I planned. It's like, you know what? I'm not that mad about it. I did everything I thought I should have done. So that's how I felt about that throw too.
I like it, man.
I'm not bent out of shape about it. I thought it was a decent throw.
Hey, I would always say
result wasn't optimized.
Yeah.
But hey.
My thing is this, man. At least you went out there and attempted it. It's easy to criticize it from the sidelines. You was out there on the field throwing that pass. So everybody in the comment section getting on your arm. Remember that. You was out there doing it. You had to live that pressure. You had that crowd noise. You had the rush was coming. It was someone out there. You know what I'm saying? You lived that, though, bro. Respect.
No, I appreciate the feedback, though.
Absolutely. But
I like the feedback.
Man, I'm a fan, bro. I was fanning. I was like, yo, I know him. I know that guy. You threw the ball so well, not GP, Russ and Phil's won the pictures with you. That's how it happened, bro. I already seen it. I synced it. I was like,
yeah, I should have went with that, actually.
I mean, that's what it was. What happened in the order? Ball was thrown first. Pitchers came afterwards. Just remember that, bro. So.
Not exactly, but.
It was just like that. You threw it. Pitchers happened. They was fanned out. They was like, yo, who threw that? Well, let me go meet this cat real quick. So, yeah, man.
That's it for the Supers.
Yeah, but let me shout out Gregory Collins real quick too, man. Since you are having your fourth baby, little baby Jude coming soon, man. Salute you on that, man. Dope dad energy, man. I like that, man. Make sure you do what you're supposed to do, man. All right, and take care of mama as well, man. All right. Hopefully everything is smooth, rubbing on that belly and all that stuff. All right. But with that being the case, man, hit that like button one time for the culture, and do not forget to subscribe. Yeah, man. I felt like organically we kind of been talking through this training camp update, man, and you know what we kind of saw yesterday when we was out there at practice. Trying to think, is there anything else we want to touch on before we move on? Do you have anything left from training camp we've been kind of talking about thus far? Anything else that stood out to you? We kind of talked on the Van Jefferson, talked some GP, both quarterbacks. Anything defensively? Any nothing? He was good.
No.
All right, respect.
Yeah, I think most interesting things the quarterback conversation right now.
Yeah.
And then I think Van Jefferson gets thrown in the mix too, because we're talking about actually trading for a receiver. But coincidentally, he was looking good too. So like, yeah, I think you got to give him some props, and I think he's worth the discussion. But
respect.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else. I mean, Peyton Wilson looks good.
Yeah.
But we've been talking about that this whole time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. I like where you at with it, man. I'll just piggyback on the Van Jefferson. I thought that was kind of the one that did jump out a little bit to me as well yesterday, just because we were seeing what GP was doing. And I don't think any of us are surprised when we see GP does what he does. It's kind of expected now, but seeing Van also be able to make some high-end plays, I thought that was pretty impressive. Connor Hayward, I thought that he still continues to create some little mismatches. Wasn't able to get feet in bounds yesterday, but his ability to go and get this pass and 7-shot, I thought was still pretty impressive. Definitely agree with you, man, about Peyton Wilson. It was cool to see him and Landon Roberts together, because typically we've been seeing Patrick Queen and Landon Roberts more so than Peyton Wilson and Landon. I still thought that, like I said, even with that, it still looked good. And like I said, for me, man, I'm just looking at all the different combinations, all the different ways that we can utilize those players and how it can still be effective. But it's good to see that, okay, even in this combination, it's still going to work out well. But yeah, that was kind of, like I said, the big takeaway, man. It wasn't as physical, but we know Friday Night Lights was the bloodbath. So this was supposed to be, let's start getting legs back under him a little bit, man. And obviously, we know he got the game on Friday. So, yeah, a couple more good days of work. But, yeah, as a whole, man, I was digging it, man. So shout out to the dudes, man. All right. Let's get to this next one, then. Dun-dun-dun. Oh, perfect. All right. Top 100 plays. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that reaction in real quick. Discuss our thoughts, comments, and concerns. Specifically on where the homie TJ Watt landed, because he did finally make his appearance on the NFL's top 100 list. There were some concerns about would he be top 10 or not. He did appear in the top 10, so that was also good. Unfortunately, was not the highest ranked defender or the highest ranked edge rusher, but was top 3.
Yeah, I just don't care anymore, to be honest.
We care, but that's our defense mechanism.
No,
man.
I'm good. I'm good at this point, because TJ Watt's the best defensive player in the league. I don't. It's whatever. I mean, we got to see him get robbed for defensive player of the year last year, and get robbed on these lists time in and time out. It's just, it's enough. It's enough actually putting any emotion or energy into these lists anymore. It's whatever.
But if he was rated 1, would you shown any emotion to that?
I think, honestly, probably not, because it's just like that's who TJ Watt is. Like, for Chiefs fans, seeing Patrick Mahomes, if he were to be 1 on this list, it's just like, it's whatever.
Okay.
That's how good he is. Like, I don't need this list to validate it one way or another. It's nice to see. It's nice to see him get the recognition he deserves. But TJ, unfortunately, doesn't get that recognition
consistently enough, because he has a depot, but he doesn't get consistently enough attention. Yes.
Yeah, 1 year they actually gave him the props he deserves. But I mean, out of the last 4 or 5, these people have been, well, I guess in this case it's the players that don't know ball, but typically it's the writers and the media that are giving their disrespects to TJ. Yeah, he's the best defensive player in the league. I mean, it is what it is. So where do they have him ranked? 3rd?
Yes, behind Chris Jones and Myles Garrett.
Yeah, he's better than both.
Now, Chris Jones has been a part of the teams that's winning Super Bowls, though. And he's been the best defender on the best teams.
It's cute. But he was nowhere in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year.
Myles Garrett won Defensive Player of the Year. So how much stock are we putting in the actual award then?
Yeah, that's a great point. It's a great point. When you got Browns fans, listen.
That's what I'm trying to feel like where we at, yeah.
I went up to Cleveland, when was it? A month or 2 ago. My buddy's girlfriend, she lives up there, so like sometimes our friend group from here will go up there, visit, whatnot. And members of her family were even questioning how Myles Garrett got the depot. Like, if you got Cleveland fans being like, yeah, kind of didn't deserve that. And they even brought up, too, his disappearing act that he had in the last, like, 7-8 weeks of the season. He's like, he only had 1 sack for you. He didn't do anything for us at all down the stretch of the season. Yeah. And you got TJ Watt getting all these numbers, and TJ Watt always doing crazy things against us and just being so consistent. It's just crazy that he didn't win the award, but they're like, oh, we'll take it, whatever. But they admitted TJ Watt should have got it. And you got Browns fans saying that.
Well, and I was going to say, if you could, because I see you got to pull it up, read what they talk about with Myles and then what they say with TJ. Because I think that's also interesting when we're just talking about the mindset of how people are continuing to view those two specifically, being that they're both the edge rushers in this convo.
All right. Well, for Myles Garrett, they say the appreciation and acclaim of Garrett continues as the top 100th highest-ranked defender. Cleveland's daunting edge rusher was invincible through the first 11 games. 13 of his 14 season sacks during that span that included a memorable showcase of dominance against the Colts in Week 7. So let me pause.
Was that the block field goal game?
Yeah, let me just pause this for a second.
Invincible also. He was invincible. Right?
Yeah, was invincible through the first 11 games, securing 13 sacks. Again, that's what TJ Watt does. TJ Watt had, ended up being 4 or 5 more sacks than Myles Garrett last year total? I think it was 5.
He led the league
TJ
again.
Watt had 19.
Yeah, led the league again. Yeah.
So obviously TJ Watt probably was on the same exact pace, if not better pace, than Myles Garrett through those first 11 games. And then that showcase of dominance during the Colts in Week 7. I remember saying it at the time. TJ Watt does that like every other week, pretty much.
Yeah, because it was like 3
sacks, like a 2 sack,
and he had a
strip sack and a pick or something. Like batted down pass. TJ Watt does that type of stuff every other week, pretty much. So yeah, again, another example of just the media, or I guess it's not the media.
This is not
this is the players, but I know the players didn't write this up.
Right.
The media wrote this up. This is the media over celebrating Myles Garrett and overhyping him up like he's God's gift to the earth. Meanwhile, you got a better player within the same division playing the same exact position, doing better things. It's whatever. It goes on. A shoulder injury halted Garrett's sack pace, but even his burden presence was a major factor for the Browns' number 1 ranked defense because of the attention he requires. Garrett still managed to earn top 10 finishes in sacks, QB hits, QB pressures, tackles for loss, and forced fumbles by season's end, but the full understanding of his impact wasn't told in the numbers.
Uh-oh.
Let's further explain that then. Can we please further explain that?
Shout out to the homie, bro.
Does he help them win more? Like, can you explain that more? Because I could make the case with quarterbacks that, yeah, sometimes the numbers lie there.
Mm-hmm.
Dudes don't step up as much in the fourth quarter, and that accounts for the team's wins and losses. Like, Tua has all these stats, but it's like when push comes to shove, or Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins, when push comes to shove, and the third, the fourth quarter, when it's crunch time, are these guys going to step up? A lot of times they don't. So that's where I think that statement could be actually made, not necessarily here with Myles Garrett, unless you want to elaborate, and they didn't elaborate on how his impact isn't told in numbers. But anyway, they go on and they say, which is why he earns further recognition after securing his third All-Pro honor and his first Defensive Player of the Year award. Listen, he can have all the All-Pro honors and Pro Bowls he wants. It's fine. He's a really good player. He's the second or third best edge rusher in the league. He's just not first.
Yeah, I would agree. That is funny, man. Yo, they brought up the shoulder injury. They said that's why it slowed down his production. And then he impacts the game. You know, you just can't see it all the way, but he impacts it, though, Deke. Just roll with it, man.
Yeah, I remember looking at a chart at the end of last year where T.J. Watt not only had 5 more sacks than Myles Garrett.
All the numbers that they were bringing up at the end. Just remember those numbers, Deke.
I don't have to. I just...
I was like, yo, we
I
can't
just
say sacks. Tackles for
I know T.J. Watt
hey, man, what we going with?
had better numbers than Myles Garrett across the board.
I was going to say, which
it was
one
not we
going
only
with,
5
man?
more sacks. It was all those other stats.
Yes,
too. QB
everything
pressures.
that they just named.
I think they tied on one of them, but
Yeah.
big whoopty.
Mm-hmm.
So the T.J. Watt explanation for 8, they say Watt returned with a vengeance in 2023 following an injury-riddled season that temporarily halted his historic sack-collecting pace.
Yeah.
The Steelers' star pass rusher returned in remarkable fashion, leading the league with 19 sacks, the third time in 4 seasons.
Okay.
Kind of sounds like he should have 3 Depoy awards.
Okay.
He's been the NFL sack champ. No, I just read that. Watt also produced 50 QB pressures, 36 QB hits, 4 forced fumbles, 1 pick, 3 fumble recoveries, and a defensive touchdown in his 4th All-Pro campaign. Pittsburgh's defense has fed off of Watt's energy since his 2018 arrival, and the 29-year-old is already the all-time sack leader of a historically rich franchise, averaging .93 sacks per game. Watt is on pace to hit 100 career sacks in his 108th game, which would make him the second fastest player in history to the milestone, behind Reggie White.
This is insane,
according
bro.
to NFL research.
This is insane, man. So, yeah. They still continue to do that one.
I don't have anything else to say.
I feel like they had to put Myles in front because of the Depoy, but based off of when the vote was cast, the time it doesn't align. Because, like we said, they did the voting during the season while the season was still going on. But I'm trying to think, in November, that might have been when it was the loudest for Myles up to that point. So, I suppose.
It could have been the loudest for Myles, but
Yeah.
T.J. Watt was still better. That doesn't change that fact at all.
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah, he could be getting buzz. He could be getting recognition. Doesn't make him better.
Yeah.
That's what we were saying the whole time throughout the course of last season. Yeah, NFL Network, ESPN, they're sucking him off.
Yeah.
They're saying he's the best defensive player. We're sitting back and saying, like, how? Like, it's cool. You could talk about him being the best, but he's not. T.J. Watt is. And unfortunately, I guess that swung the Depoy vote. That and PFF's stupid pass rush win rate stat, some fairy stat.
Because remember, they wanted it to be Michael Parsons the first half also. They was pushing that one. And then it became the Myles Garrett combo. Like I said, I don't like it, but I can understand if they, in the middle of November, wanted to make that vote, cool. I don't get Chris Jones ahead of TJ, though, because I still feel like even with that one, TJ still was a way more productive and way more louder player in the sense of his overall impact on the game. I just think that with the Chris Jones part, you with the Chiefs. And, certain perks that come with being on that squad, man.
And Mahomes should be one.
Over Tyreek? Over Lamar?
Yeah.
Lamar got MVP this year.
He's not the MVP.
It should have been Josh. I agree, but he got MVP this year.
It's Mahomes. Most valuable MVP means most valuable player. That equals Mahomes.
Are the Ravens not where they are because of what Lamar did, though?
Yeah, that's cool. He's valuable, but he's not more valuable than Mahomes. And you're right. I'll even give you Josh Allen.
And what about Tyreek?
I'll even give you Josh Allen, but not in the moment of the regular season. I got to see that play out in the playoffs because that's unfortunate. I would like to vote on the MVP after the playoffs are over.
Okay.
But
you got two
the
MVPs.
most value.
You have your playoff Super Bowl MVP, and then you got the regular season MVP. Regular season wise, Lamar was,
I get it.
At least that's how they talked about it.
Yeah,
I don't agree with it, but that's how they talked about it.
I get why he won the MVP, but it's just, it's tough to make that the name for the award when you're not as valuable as Patrick Mahomes. Point blank. Period. I don't care when it is, regular season or playoffs.
What about Tyreek? Because Tyreek was also in this MVP conversation.
He's not as valuable as Mahomes when we're seeing that play out firsthand.
Are you sure, though? Because
Miami,
what is Miami without Tyreek? What is Tua without Tyreek?
That's a good question, but you're not winning Super Bowls.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes is winning Super Bowls without Tyreek Hill. He's winning Super Bowls with whatever receiving core you put out there. Whatever running back you put out there. Yeah, but 7th round pick and Pacheco.
Tyreek has a ring, though.
Mixed and matched players on. I know it was with Mahomes.
Yeah, but he was the best receiver during that process, though, and he's only
Obviously,
gotten better since, though.
Obviously, they didn't need him that bad because they've won 2 without him.
And he's been arguably the best receiver in the league without Mahomes, though.
I don't care. I don't care. You're not better than Mahomes. Quarterback's the most important position.
Because he plays quarterback.
Yeah, well, it's the most important position. It definitely is. Yeah, he's the best player in the league. I don't care what way you want to slice it. Mahomes is number 1.
All I'm saying is, man, Tyreek.
You could keep Hill there if you want.
Tyreek,
I don't care.
Tyreek went crazy this year.
You can keep Hill at number 1. That's fine.
Yeah. So what would your top 5 be?
I did Mahomes at 1. Man, that's tough.
I'm listening.
It's tough. I'm just gonna say Mahomes at 1. I'm not gonna do this on the spot.
Just because he plays quarterback and he won Super Bowl, so you go quarterback.
No,
there?
that's the easiest one to answer.
Oh,
Mahomes at 1.
It's like, what about
I don't need to think about Mahomes being at 1. Like from 2 to 10 or 2 to whatever, I might have to think about.
Okay. I could dig it there. Because that's my thing. I'm like, I love the whole quarterback convo, and that's the part that makes it unique when you bring in every single player. And now it's like we're just separating. We're talking as an individual. What does this guy do? What does he bring? What's the production and stuff like that, man? But at the same time, we would say that quarterback is the most important position. So that's the whole thing. It's like, well, since the most important, does that mean that it's weighted infinitely higher than any other position?
If you're doing a draft right now, I mean, you're taking probably 15 quarterbacks as your first pick.
Yeah, but of those 15 quarterbacks, are those 15 quarterbacks all going to be the best player on their team? The answer would be no. Because we've already seen league-wide, there's only 5 quarterbacks that we realistically feel every single year are like that. And then the rest becomes the Kirk Cousins convos, the Dak Prescott convos. And we don't talk about them in that same vein. So of those 15 quarterbacks that will be selected, just because they're selected, does that mean that they're the best player? Does that mean that they're better than that receiver, that running back, that edge rusher? I don't think that.
That says something, though.
So when Kenny Pickett was our quarterback, would we have said in a draft and complete Steelers roster is all available, would we have taken Kenny Pickett over TJ Watt?
No.
Why not? He plays quarterback.
Because he's, like I said, I threw out the number 15. It might not be, it might be like 7 or 8. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know the exact number, but yeah, I think the first at least 5 or 6 picks are going to be quarterbacks. Yeah. At least. Maybe you throw in someone in there at some point, but yeah, he's not one of those top guys. Yeah. So that's why TJ Watt's getting taken above him. Okay. Like you're definitely taking like Mahomes, Burrow. You're taking Josh Allen, probably Lamar.
Yeah. These are all top 5 dudes we're naming right now.
That's what I mean.
Herbert.
Like these guys are getting listed off.
Yeah. You throw
Who
Stafford
else?
in there
You probably draft Stroud.
Dak is going to be
Yeah,
in
if
that
age
combo
wasn't a
too,
thing,
then,
obviously
bro.
you're throwing in Aaron Rodgers too.
Right, but Dak is going to be one of them ones.
That's when I start thinking.
Fair,
That's
but
when I start thinking.
just
we get in that Dak Tua range. I'm thinking about drafting Tyreek Hill.
But contract-wise, these are the guys that the teams are saying matter more.
Well,
Would you say that Tyreek is better than Tua, or Tua is better than Tyreek, but Tua gets paid way more?
I'm not paying Tua. I'm not paying Dak. I already told you that.
But they play quarterback though, and that's the old.
Yeah, so maybe 15 was a stretch, but I bet you teams would.
They
more
would.
quarterback for those top 15 picks. Like they would take a Dak Prescott over a Justin Jefferson.
We see it every single day with the check. Who gets paid more? Even though we're like, yo, they're not better on their team. So yeah, I'm with you, bro.
I think it'd be at least for sure.
Yeah,
7 or 8 that would go off the board. I don't know. Would they lean some of the young guys too? It all depends. If this is a draft for one single season versus you're starting your franchise here and it's just indefinite going forward. I don't know, but I think you need a quarterback, man. You need one of those guys. And when you're talking about value, you need a guy that can deliver. And those top, however many, some of them haven't even proven it. To that extent,
what we're
fully.
saying. How many are we talking about here?
But it's just
it's only Mahomes has won rings like that.
Yeah, it's just that you got Mahomes,
Lamar,
and Stafford.
Josh Burrow. They ain't done it just yet.
Mahomes, Stafford, and Rodgers.
Right.
That's really it.
Yeah.
And I guess Flacco, if you want to include him.
Oh man, it stalled me out. So yeah, I'm like,
because he's
they're all quarterback
back in the league, right? Is he on the Colts? I think he's on the Colts.
Yes. Because he did. He signed with them. Yeah, but that's my thing. I'm just like, I get the Mahomes part, but I'm like, man, the rest of these QBs, man, we can talk all these other positions like that. But it does seem that we're always going to end with QB being the one that we're going to put on that shelf higher just because of them playing QB. I just don't think it's for all the time. That's all.
You're the Bills. Who do you want, Josh Allen or Tyreek Hill?
I personally want Josh.
Yeah.
But that's why I asked you, because you like Kenny so much. And so I said, would you rather have had Kenny Pickett or TJ Watt?
I thought Kenny's first 2 years were going to be different, but with how it played out, obviously he's not up to that caliber. It's not even conversation.
But that's with the information you saw. So prior to you getting that information, this is still TJ Watt coming off a Defensive Player of the Year award. Would you want Kenny Pickett fresh out of Pitt, where all the hype is at its highest? We haven't seen any negativity NFL-wise. Or would you want TJ Watt?
I didn't even want to draft Kenny Pickett.
I get that because 7. But 7's
well,
gone.
Not even that. I mean, I was like, we got Mitch and everything.
But we had to take a quarterback. Remember, Haskins passed away.
Don't get me wrong. I was pumped when we draft Kenny. Because I thought us drafting him said a lot. And then I think Kenny in his rookie offseason and eventually throughout the whole rookie season, like, hit every benchmark that I was looking for. And I was legitimately excited about getting him. But, drafting a rookie quarterback doesn't lock you into anything.
If you're the Niners, right? Would
you
you rather
you
have
could be drafting dudes in the top 10? Like it's like less than a 50% hit rate with some of these guys.
It is.
Outside of like Caleb Williams, I think he's going to be for sure thing. There's only a handful of those dudes that have come out over the last 20, 25 years. Really, I mean, in the history of the NFL, you got Elway, probably Peyton Manning,
think about
Trevor Lawrence,
and
Andrew
there's still
Luck.
people are up and down on him at times.
Yeah, exactly. And then now you got Caleb Williams. That's like 5 or 6 guys that are dubbed as sure things coming out. And all of them outside of Lawrence thus far have hit as being guys.
Yeah, Luck definitely hit. Yeah.
But then outside of those dudes in the first round, it's like it's definitely less than 50. It might even be closer to 30% of hitting.
Yeah.
Of at least getting that franchise.
Because like when we say hit, we're saying get into the second contract, or
let's say that.
Because like I look at Tua and Daniel Jones as my question marks. Like how would you classify them? Because if we're going off of second contract, then both of those guys in theory did hit from a draft pick perspective, even if we don't necessarily prefer them.
No, I'll give you
they
that.
did.
Definitely.
Okay, respect.
Yep. But it's bleak out there.
Yeah, that's real, man. That's real. Dope comment.
So
that's the part that I like.
That's why I wasn't like. You could look back at what I wasn't like completely gun ho on drafting. I think it would have been a cool story. I thought he was obviously awesome at Pitt.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that was going to be the savior for us at the time. Like whenever we're talking about drafting him. But again, once I saw him,
once you got him,
and
you
how
in. Right.
Well, not only that, but I saw him perform. Like he
That's
stepped up. He consistently stepped up, hit every benchmark. Not only throughout the rookie offseason, but then the rookie season hit those clutch drives and turning that team around, like that meant something to me.
Yeah.
Like that was like, okay, I think this is someone that we could really hang our hats on. And this is only the rookie year. Watch out for year 2.
Yeah.
And it didn't play out that way, unfortunately.
Ain't true. Respect.
Yeah. So.
Man,
but yeah, I did
ahead,
want Ben back for 2022 and also 2023. Yes, for sure. But then after I saw
So question,
ran him out.
2022, 2023, would you take 7 over TJ?
Yeah.
I love you, Deke, bro. You're the best, bro. You're the best, man. I love it. You're the best,
I
bro.
get to use TJ's. Wait, no, I get to use TJ's contract, right?
Oh my! Hey, it doesn't matter. You're the best, bro. You're the best,
I
man.
get to use TJ's
You are the
contract.
best. You are the best, bro.
I use that $30 million for something else.
Hey, whatever you need to do, bro.
Yep.
We just said it was the draft, right? We
We'll
just
trade
picking all
for-
the players.
We'll
just...
trade for Michael Parsons.
They said, 2023 Big Ben versus 2023 TJ. 2022 Big Ben versus 2022 TJ, bro. I love it, man. I ain't even tripping. But that's the quarterback, man. So I get you, man.
I get to use that cap space, right? Yeah, because Ben with Pickens. And,
These are all first round picks, though.
Well, we also have
Parsons is gone. These are first round picks. It's your
trading
draft,
for
right? You're going to get your guy. You either in the first round and getting TJ or you're getting 7. We know the other guys are gone. These are all first round type dudes, man. You're taking 7 in 2023 or 2022 versus TJ Watt. If he's sitting on that board in 2022, 2023,
absolutely.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I was like. I get you, bro.
That's not even a question.
Nah.
Yeah, we could just draft. Then second round, we could just draft.
Now you want to go second round. See,
I'm saying drafting second round, we can draft whatever edge rusher we want out there. I mean, we're gonna get
they're
a high
not going to
quality
be
guy.
TJ.
They're not, but I got a quarterback.
Okay.
I got Big Ben.
Let's go.
We'll actually try to build him an O-line with this
Let's
draft.
Go.
We'll scoop Pickens at some point. Hey, maybe we'll scoop AB late in the draft too.
It sounds good, bro. It sounds good.
Yeah, take a flyer on Martavis late.
No. You set it 7 up. That's what it sounds like you about to do, bro. You set it 7 up, man.
No,
You setting him up.
that'd be a good draft. All right, what's next?
All right. Question, man. What are you seeing on this Aiyuk stuff? A ton of people keep talking about it, asking about it. I don't know if you double, triple, if what you seeing any noise, man.
No.
All right, bet. Let's get a couple of these supers. Then after that, we'll go to the next topic. There, but I say, I ain't know if you seen anything. I ain't seen anything. I ain't seen that. Did you see anything? I ain't seen anything. All right. So should be great. Yes. All right.
What is this for?
Getting a couple supers, and then we'll go to the next.
Shit. Hold on. Who is this?
Should be Gregory Collins.
Yeah, I don't
think
got
it's
that.
All right. So Gregory Collins, shout out to you, baby. Says we're gonna make Deke be in the lab this offseason to fix the throw. He's following up on his convo or his previous comment about, him not liking your pass the other day. She was in the lab.
I don't
though,
think
bro.
we got to work on the mechanics.
Yeah.
I think I got a Patrick Mahomes type of throwing motion. Honestly, I was doing it before Mahomes.
What's the emotion?
It's kind of little side.
Know what it is?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought you told me you threw like 7. I thought you told me you threw like, man, big on like 7, nice high release, fundamentally sound.
No, I throw how I throw.
Oh, all right, okay.
I throw how I throw, but it's
Okay.
I think it is the archetype. It is the prototype that everyone's raving about these days. With the throw from all our angles.
Okay.
That baseball type of throw. I was doing it before.
Okay.
I've been doing this for a minute. Yeah, I don't think it was just. Hey, it happens.
You said all the elite quarterbacks throw
An
like that. What you saying?
An incomplete pass happens. What, all the elite quarterbacks?
Throw like I'm bones though, right? That's what you saying?
No.
Oh, I ain't know. I'm just trying to follow your lead, man.
No.
Nah.
It's cool. It's like a cool aesthetic.
They said that's the prototype. Everybody's excited about it. I ain't know. I'm like,
Yeah,
is that like an elite prerequisite?
No,
like,
it's a cool aesthetic.
Okay.
It's a cool look, but still gotta actually complete passes and do good things. Hey, and just because you don't complete one pass doesn't mean it's the end all be all. One incomplete pass, it is what it is.
That's what Rocky
Fine.
said once time, man. It's not how many times you get
Fine,
knocked
but
down,
Zach
how many times
Wilson
you get
throws
back
like
up, bro.
that too,
Yeah.
and we see how he's doing.
He had to throw it to pro day though. Don't forget that.
Yeah,
one.
Zach Wilson throws like
Yeah.
Mahomes. Not exactly doing the throwing motion justice. Not exactly.
Yeah. But we don't know what Zach does in his spare time. So maybe he's distracted. He has, I don't think he's as locked in like how Mahomes is at times.
Who's next? Christian?
Yes.
1513. I guess put his zip code after his name.
I was lucky. Like,
says, guys, Brandon Aiyuk is here. Confirmed.
Who's confirming this, man? Who's confirming this?
I don't see it.
Nah, but I'm watching NFL Network right now. It says he's continuing his hold-in. Let's check X. What's X talking about? In fact, what's Shefty? If Shefty ain't saying nothing, I ain't buying it.
No, there's nothing.
That's what they say. My phone would have been buzzing too, man. I ain't seen no Shefty alert. We ain't seen no breaking news on telly. Nothing. All right. Sounds good though. I like it. So, hey, Deke, tell him this ain't our first rodeo, bro. This is not our first rodeo. We ain't getting food like that no more, man. We done had that happen with us before. We ain't getting got like that.
Jonathan Boucher. Does Myles Garrett get pushed so hard by the media because he's represented by LeBron's agency, Clutch Sports?
Is he?
Perhaps.
Yeah, obviously, I don't know. I mean, what you got to think. If the media push, is part of that, I get it. I would just say let's push a little bit more media on TJ then. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If that's what it takes, all right, give TJ a little bit more of a media boost. Who we got to pay? Who we got to talk to? We ain't tripping. Because sometimes it's like, hey, man, we know you're nice, but hey, not everybody is exposed. Not everybody has seen you enough just yet. So you know what? Maybe we got to get more tape out there of TJ. Maybe we need more exposure for how dominant he is at times when we talking pass rush, win rate, sack, win rate, sack, get home rate. We just, show more of that. So I will be down with that if that is truly the case. But I don't know about the whole Clutch Sports impact on it. But yeah. I feel like they push Parsons a lot, but Parsons plays in Dallas. And that's the big media market down there, so I get that part. But, yeah, like, why should Cleveland get pushed more than Pittsburgh? Their market isn't bigger than our market, is it? I don't feel like I'm missing something here.
Like I said, it's not worth my energy anymore.
Let's go. Hey, man, y'all hit that like button one time for the culture. Don't forget to subscribe as we get to this next topic, which is, reacting to the new first ballot Hall of Fame guys now, man. Let me get that list up real quick, man, because we did officially have that Hall of Fame class get inducted over the weekend, man. We actually have football be played on Thursday night. Sucks that the game got lightning and rained out, but it was good to see some football, baby. So shout out to those guys, man. But with that class going in, we do got some guys that are going to be first time eligible for the Hall of Fame. So I did want to just drop some of these names, just kind of see our initial thoughts on them as we sit here today. All right, so for the guys that are newly eligible for the Hall of Fame, Travis Frederick, the former center for the Dallas Cowboys, played 2013 through 2019. Luke Kuechly, linebacker with the Carolina Panthers, played 2012 through 2019. Marshawn Lynch, a.k.a. Beast Mode, running back, Buffalo Bills. Hey now. Seattle Seahawks, Vegas Raiders, former teammate. All right, 07 to 2019 was his time. Eli Manning, quarterback, New York Giants. Deke's second favorite quarterback, 2004 through 2019 is when he played. Joe Staley, offensive tackle with the Niners, 07 to 19. Terrell Suggs, linebacker, Baltimore Ravens. Cardinals, Chiefs, 03 to 2019. He did get that Chiefs at the end. Aqib Talib, cornerback, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Patriots, Broncos, Rams, and Dolphins from 08 to 2019. Adam Vinatieri, the kicker, with the New England Patriots and the Indianapolis Colts from 96 to 2019. And last but certainly not least, Marshall Yanda, the guard with the Baltimore Ravens, 07 to 2019.
Where'd you get that Eli Manning was my second favorite quarterback?
I just figured you like him, bro. He beat Brady a couple times. And he plays quarterback. I know you like quarterbacks and you like people that beat Brady.
No, I wouldn't
Mahomes
say. I wouldn't say he's my second favorite quarterback, but I think he deserves the Hall of Fame, definitely. First ballot, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't care either way. He might get in because of the name, but I think he's definitely a Hall of Famer. I think, honestly, this whole list that you just rattled off, seems like a bunch of. Well, that's probably why they're on this list. I was going to say borderline Hall of Fame or Hall of Fame guys.
These some dudes, man. These are definitely some dudes, man.
Yeah. I think Kuechly for sure gets in.
T. Sizzle's getting in.
I think Manning gets in. I think you're right. Suggs gets in. I think Vinatieri will get in. Yanda will probably get in. After with Lynch, Lynch might get like the James Harrison treatment. Same with like Aqib Talib.
Yeah.
Staley's, he's like fringe.
Mm-hmm. How you feel about Frederick, the center over in Dallas? He has a lot of the Pro Bowls, All Pro stuff to him.
A little bit.
And
of a
he played in
tenure.
Dallas, but he's definitely a short. He's I think the shortest.
He feels like a
of the
DeCastro
guys.
to me.
Great call.
Where
That's a great call.
Probably could
That's
get
a
in.
great call.
I don't know if he'll get the respect he deserves. A little underrated.
Yeah. Because Frederick wasn't talked about as much as Tyron Smith. And we know that was the big name out there.
Or even Zach Martin, too.
Shit, shout out to Zach, yeah. And that's, great call. I see what you're doing.
I would say the locks are Manning, Suggs, Vinatieri, Yanda, and Kuechly. Those are the locks.
Respect. Would you say all 5 are first ballot or just all 5 are locks to get into the Hall?
Kuechly's first ballot.
Okay. I feel like Suggs is going to be first ballot, bro. Just because of the whole Julius Peppers part, man.
He might be deserving. I'm not saying I'd be opposed to it. They might do Vinatieri just because.
Ooh, he gonna have all them Super Bowl kicks too.
Yeah, he's gonna get in. I could just see them doing it. They've been letting in special teams guys. You got Devin Hester, so I could see it.
You don't like Vinatieri at all?
Oh, he should be in the Hall.
I was about to say,
I'm just talking about first ballot. I mean,
he's not Vanderjack. It's Vinatieri we talking about.
It's just that he takes up another Hall of Fame spot. Should we be doing that for him?
Oh, that's crazy, Deke.
He deserves to get in.
That's crazy. Deke said, if you play wide receiver
But
or corner,
does it have to be 2025?
But you play kicker. It's a kicker.
He's going to get in. He's definitely getting in at some point.
Yo, let's
It might
go.
be first ballot.
I think the first ballot
Yeah,
dudes,
might get
man.
first ballot too.
I think Kuechly, Suggs, Manning. I can see all 3 of them dudes being first ballot. More so Manning because of the name, and they want to have a marquee quarterback on the list. I think that would be the one. But I'm trying to see, is there anybody who hasn't gotten in that would be a big enough name to like be the star of the class per se?
No.
That's Antonio Gates.
2025 is going to be all about Eli Manning.
Gates hasn't gotten in yet though. And we know he's one of those guys. Maybe that's the one, but
I think some of these guys are quote unquote maybe like better player, like better resume, but Eli Manning's going to.
Because it's Eli. It's Eli.
Yeah, we just talked about the whole quarterback thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's here's the thing.
Brady head-to-head
it's
twice.
not a slight at Manning because I think he's deserving. But
Yeah.
Antonio Gates probably had the more consistent career for his respective position, right?
I would definitely agree with that, yes.
From start to finish.
Yeah, Gates was always mentioned as either the best or right behind Gonzalez. Just depending
Manning
on
had his ups
flavor.
and downs, but
Yeah.
that's what you got with Eli Manning.
Even his career statistically has proven that he was more of the legit up and down. But we know what he did on his 2 runs.
Had some crazy ups, yep.
Yeah.
And you give him respect for that. And you give him the Hall of Fame for that. And if it's first ballot, I'm not going to be complaining about it.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be some people complaining. I'm for it. It's fine.
He plays quarterback.
It's just I know for damn sure Big Ben better be getting first ballot Hall of Fame.
If Eli gets first ballot, Ben has to get first ballot.
He should be in general, but you know how the media has been.
Well,
not only with Ben, the Steelers, they disrespect us.
Eli got the MVP though on one of them though.
Or
was it both of them?
I think
he got it in both of them. Yeah,
but,
I think that could be the knock.
If
they were going to decide why, I think Ben regular season is
there's
night and
there's
day.
no doubt.
Yeah.
I think from across the board, everyone would say Ben Roethlisberger, better career, better quarterback than Eli Manning. Though
I would agree.
It's just not even a question.
I would agree.
So,
Big Ben's getting in based off of his postseason more so than his regular season. Whereas with 7, we could say either or is for why 7 is getting it. Because Eli regular season doesn't hold a candle to 7 regular season. But Eli has the 2 playoff runs with the MVPs while beating Brady and arguably the best version team, right? Where they was undefeated, unstoppable, and they had just worked them, a couple weeks ago as well.
Yeah, he deserves to get in. I'm just saying flat out, I guess maybe this is my way of interjecting Big Ben into this conversation, but Big Ben is first ballot Hall of Famer no matter what.
Okay.
And I'm just saying, especially if Eli gets it, like that would
You've already told us we don't even care about validation because know in your heart he's first ballot. So that's all that matters.
Probably I don't know if that might be a worse slight than this T.J. Watt, Myles Garrett stuff.
But in your heart,
if Eli gets first ballot and Big Ben doesn't, that'd be crazy.
But what if in your heart you've already confirmed and validated this Evan as a first ballot Hall of Famer? It shouldn't matter. You shouldn't care because you already validated it to you. That's what you said even with TJ.
Well, that stuff with TJ, the sliding with TJ is just it's happened continuously over the last.
You said with 7, he's continuously being slighted also.
Oh yeah, I'll give my reaction to it. I'll let you know how I feel about it. But yeah, at the same time, if that does happen, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. If you would want to defend that position, you can. But I don't think there would be any defense to it. It'd be absolutely insane. If anyone out there wants to defend Big Ben not getting in as a first ballot Hall of Famer, go ahead.
No, not just him not getting as a first ballot, and Eli getting in as a first ballot. Because if Eli doesn't go in first ballot, I wouldn't trip one way or the other. But if Eli goes first ballot, I feel like 7 has to be first ballot as well. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it'd be insane.
Yeah. Like I said, if neither got first ballot, cool. Chalk it up. It is what it is. But it can't be that 1 is first ballot and it's not 7 being the first ballot. That's how I look at it.
7 needs to be first ballot no matter what.
That's also agreeable. That's where everybody was panicking when him and Brady retired at the same time. It was like, whoa, hold on now. This could get weird. I know Deke wasn't because in Deke's heart, he already knew that 7 was first ballot. So it wouldn't have mattered one way or the other. Who was, getting that night? It wouldn't have mattered. I'm with you, bro.
All right, what else are we talking about with this list?
That's the big thing for me. Just who you like out of it, man. Who we thinking would make it or who wouldn't, or who we didn't think would make it. But I think we pretty much have named the same names. I think Eli is the lightning rod in this one in the sense of is he going to be first ballot or not? Because that's what we mainly focusing on is the first ballot part of it. So, I ain't tripping on it, man. I ain't tripping. I like it, baby. I like it. So, shoot, we'll get to this next topic, man. Hit that like button one time for the culture, though, man. And don't forget to subscribe either if you are new to the channel. Boy, y'all are still in the chat heavy on this here. Aiyuk, he's here, man. It's confirmed. Aiyuk, man. Y'all got to check, bro. It's Aiyuk. Listen, baby. All right. Deke is on it. When Deke say that thing is done, then we know that thing is done. But if Deke ain't say that thing is done, man, y'all not getting that play over here. I'm going to go somewhere with that weak sauce, man. What we looking like, Deke? Any action?
Same thing.
Exactly, man. So stop it. All right. Man, and I probably should have done a better job to that last convo of asking the chat their opinion. I apologize for that. Just seemed like y'all been really on this Aiyuk talk heavy, man. Yeah, see? Leveraged. Hey, man, Aiyuk was at the airport. I seen Aiyuk at the rental car counter. It's the same picture of Aiyuk that we've been seeing for the past, 2-3 weeks now? That same one? Hey, man, it's Aiyuk. All right, man, y'all got chill. Man.
No, that thing's been around for
I was going to say, it might have been longer
10
than
years.
That.
That was, I think, initially supposed to be McCutcheon. Like,
y'all are wild.
I think initially.
Who is it in the actual picture? Because I've seen the picture so many times,
it's
bro.
Just a random.
Yes. Yeah. They'd be like, yo, that's him. I seen it. He's at the rental. I'm like, bro, it can't be the same rental place every single time. He got the same outfit on every single time. It's the same angle every single time. Like, come on, man.
All right, we got one super that came in, though. We could talk about in between. Vagabond Abstract says, TA has a pretty good resume. Am I crazy for wondering if this defense looks as good as we expect it to? Will we have to look for a newer DC next year?
Okay, let me check what he's saying.
Good problem to have. I wonder if it's just too late for TA. To get head coaching recognition. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to see. Was that the angle that he was trying to go with this? Yeah. Okay. Um. I mean, I see what you mean with the age part. I don't like it per se, because to me, I'm like, if he was an OC, no one would be saying that. But I don't know if the resume would be enough for him to be head coaching. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when we think of the dudes that are, just recently
and people
hired as
probably
head
just
coaches.
credit Tomlin anyway.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
At
It's
least
like,
from a national standpoint. I think some of us here in Pittsburgh
have a little more
really
nuance.
pay attention
Yeah.
to Steeler Nation. Yeah, can give TA some credit, but
Yeah. They're gonna say it's T, Coach T. The same. We saw that with a little bit with Bieniemy and Andy Reid. But I don't know. I think TA is qualified though. I mean, I've been around him multiple times now. I think that he knows exactly what he's doing, knows how to get the best out of his team. I think he's very accountable. But when you're talking about being the head man, it's a lot that comes with that. Has TA wanted to be that? I don't know. Have we seen any rumblings for him that he wants to be a head guy? I've just seen the DC talk. I don't know if I've seen head coach.
I think DC's been the highest he's gotten.
Yeah. So that's my other thing. It's like, I would like to know, like, if he also has the interest for that, because that also changed the conversation. If some dudes don't want to be the head man, they just want to be the DC. They want to be the next in line, but never that, because of everything that comes with it. But yeah, I think we'll be all right. I think TA still be here, man. Like, even if we are lights out on defense like we expected, or even if we're, historic, right? In terms of, oh man, this is one of the best defenses of all time, what these guys did this year. I don't know. I still think TA will be here in 2025.
All right.
Yeah.
That's it for the Supers.
All right. So we should be pulling up to the last topic of the day, and that is our reaction and overall thoughts on the ESPN top 10 running back list. Because obviously we gave our top 10 running back list. It was pretty entertaining, and that's what y'all communicated to us in the comment section. So shout out to y'all, all right? But now that we do have the ESPN version of the top 10 list, shout out to Jeremy Fowler. We know this list is compiled of the scouts, executives, coaches from the NFL. So I figured it'd be cool for us to kind of, react to what the league execs with the higher ups are saying about their players in these lists in comparison to how our lists were. So with that, man, I'll read this off real quick, and then we'll give our thoughts on it, all right? So first up was Christian McCaffrey. He was number 1 rated running back in the league. Shout out to CMC with the Niners. Then at number 2, Breece Hall, New York Jets. All right. Then at number 3, Nick Chubb from the Cleveland Browns. At number 4, they had Saquon Barkley, Philadelphia Eagles. At number 5, Jonathan Taylor, running back with the Indianapolis Colts. At number 6, Bijan. We got Bijan, baby. Shout out to Bijan Robinson, Atlanta Falcons. At 7, Josh Jacobs, Green Bay Packers. At 8, Jahmyr Gibbs, Detroit Lions. At number 9, Derrick Henry, Baltimore Ravens. And at number 10, Travis Etienne Jr., Jacksonville Jaguars. Couple of honorable mentions: Aaron Jones, Kenneth Walker III, Deke's boy Isaiah Pacheco, James Cook, Buffalo Bills, Alvin Kamara, New Orleans Saints, Joe Mixon, Houston Texans, and DeAndre Swift with the Chicago Bears. Also receiving votes, though: Kyron Williams, LA Rams, James Conner, shout out to James Conner, Arizona Cardinals, Tony Pollard, Tennessee Titans, Raheem Mostert, Miami Dolphins, Najee Harris, Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's go. David Montgomery, Detroit Lions, Ramondre Stevenson, New England Patriots, and Austin Eckler, Washington Commanders. Alrighty. So what you like, what you don't like, man?
Derrick Henry should be higher.
Should be a lot higher. Had him at number 9 on the list. Yeah.
I think Breece Hall is good. I mean, obviously,
At 2?
I had him in my top 10, but That's probably a little high.
He nice, but at 2, that's.
Yeah, outside. I mean, I don't have anything too much to complain about. Would like to see Najee Harris in the top 10, no doubt. I think he's got a case. But as I said, I think after the top like 5 or 6, you got like a whole pick your preference thing going with those last 3 or 4 spots, and you can argue a lot of these guys. You're talking running styles and et cetera, et cetera. But I think Harris with his 3 1,000-yard years, and I don't think they're projecting anything with these ranks, are they? But I think
some of them.
I think this is going to be his best year yet.
Yeah, some of them they got some of the projection stuff in there, but with Naj, just because he was in receiving votes, they didn't do a write up on him specifically.
Yeah, I think this even should be his best year yet with Arthur Smith being here and the improvements we made to the O-line, quarterback play, all that stuff. So I'd like to see him up there, but yeah, I don't have too many complaints about this list. Not bad.
Would you have wanted Jalen to receive votes though?
No, I get that he's not gonna get that. I get that.
Okay.
Receive votes, yeah. At least
that's what I'm saying.
At least
like
get his name on here.
Yeah,
at least get his name on
here.
here.
Right.
At least get his name on here.
Because when I see like Ramondre Stevenson, I'm like, yo, I get it, and he has been producing, but I'm like, yo, Jalen, I think he's gonna be better than that.
Yeah. Because you have some RB like an Aaron Jones.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a down year.
No.
Eckler, he was slipping a little bit these last year or two. Yeah, they're on the list, and I don't know if they're technically going to be on the downswing. Maybe it just takes them staying healthy for a full season. Eckler's going to be in a new spot, but it feels like they're on the downswing. Warren's more on the rise.
Upswing, yeah.
I'd like to see his name, at least honorable mentions or receiving votes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Najee in the top 10. I wish that was the case. Think he should get respect for those 3 1,000-yard years, but it is what it is. I think Jahmyr Gibbs, really good running back. Travis Etienne, like I'm trying to think of the name. Like Derrick Henry needs to be higher because I was looking at the bottom 3. Gibbs, Henry, and Etienne.
How'd you feel about Jonathan Taylor being at 5?
Yeah, maybe that's high. But
John at 6.
I know some of these guys.
Because Bajan is still very.
I think Bajan's legit. Like a lot of these guys are on my list. It's just a different order.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. I'd swap out one of these guys and put Harris up there.
Okay.
Gibbs or Etienne.
Probably Gibbs.
Probably Etienne. You got to swap the guy out. Those in the same draft class.
That's crazy, bro. It's definitely Gibbs you would have swap out, bro. Etienne is on the list, bro. Okay. I mean, I don't hate the list.
Yeah, there's only 2 names on this list that weren't on mine, and it's Gibbs and Etienne. But as I said, I think those guys are in the mix for those last 3 spots. If you really like their running style or how they do things, okay. Because the numbers back at it, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these running backs, they got at least 1,000 yards. They got the bare minimum to be in the conversation. A lot of these dudes do at least. So, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the list being pretty cool. I think ETN might be a little low. Definitely don't like James Cook being an honorable mention. I feel like that should most certainly be top 10. And it's definitely a little low. But they might be projecting. They might be saying going into this season, workload decreases because more of a Jalen Warren increase.
All right, we'll get Jalen Warren on this list.
So yeah, I look at it like that. Maybe that's the situation. I feel like James Cook, though, they hating on him because he plays in Buffalo. I feel like if he played in Dallas, he'd have been on the list. I know him said anything. So, yeah.
I don't see Pollard anywhere here, though.
Low key, you're right.
But I will say
but he's
James
in Tennessee.
Cook.
No, he
James
is.
Cook
he
had
is
the
up there.
better.
Tony Paul's up there. He was receiving votes.
Yeah, but
they have him in front of Najee for receiving votes. Actually,
I will say James Cook did have the better year over Pollard.
There we go.
But yeah, Pollard's not on here. I'm not seeing Zeke.
Man, chill out, man. I see what you're doing here, man. Hey, look, bro. Look. They playing with him because he playing Buffalo. It's Buffalo hate. That's what it is, bro. People don't like, but you don't even like Buffalo for no reason. Y'all, it's no reason to not like Buffalo, but I've noticed that there's been a national agenda.
There's a rivalry
to go against Buffalo. They talk crazy on Josh. He wasn't even in the top 10. I'm like, how do you
really? I guess you're right.
How was he not in the top 10 and he finished number 2 in the MVP vote?
I'll speak for you.
Like,
he should be in the top 10.
Bro.
I'll speak for you right there. He should be.
But I'm saying it's a national vendetta against Buffalo. I don't know why, but that's what's going on. So I feel like James Cook, this is just a byproduct of that.
Who's above him in that top 10?
Travis Etienne, Jahmyr Gibbs.
No, I'm
Josh
saying
Jacobs.
you were saying Josh Allen.
Oh, Crosby.
Max Crosby.
Crosby's in front of him. What's the boy?
I'll
Chris
put him,
Jones is in front of him. I'm putting him in front of both of them dudes.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll put him above Travis
Kelce. Yeah, Kelce off of last year. Definitely put him in front of him. Trent, nice.
I don't think I put him above TJ, but he could be anywhere else on the list.
All I'm saying is he finished number 2 in the MVP voting. You've already broken down why quarterbacks matter so much more. So I would just be on record and saying if I had to pick to start my draft off, and it's Josh Allen and TJ Watt, I'm going to go Josh Allen, and I'm going to feel really, really great about it. I know you even followed a similar suit by saying you would take 2022 or 2023 Big Ben over 2022/2023 version TJ Watt. So if you're willing to do that, I know that you're going to be all the way on board with what I just said there. Because if you're going to do that one, I know you're going to do this one. I know you're going to do this one. He was number 2 in MVP vote, had more touchdowns than all these other cats, Mahomes included. All right. I know you're going to rock with that one, bro. I'm just saying. He plays quarterback, Deke. He scores points. He scores a lot of points, man. A lot of points. But there is a vendetta against the Buffalo Bills right now.
I think the lack of bling might sway my
That's crazy.
Draft pick there in that case.
Crazy. That is crazy, man.
7's got that bling.
That is crazy, man. That's all I'm saying. 7 never finished number 2 in the MVP voting either, though, man. Just remember that. This has been multiple times. This has been multiple times, though. This is multiple times it's happened to Josh now, man.
A lot of seasons he was injured. Didn't have complete seasons. That affects that stuff. I'm serious. Like,
I'm with you. You know I'm with you, bro.
Many times he's in the MVP conversation. He gets banged up.
Bro,
games.
that was what 16 for us. 2016. We was like, yo, you on that trajectory. I already know.
Yeah. It happened a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we know who 7 is.
I like it, baby. I like it. But yeah, man, shout out to the running back list, though, man. We didn't hate it all the way. We just didn't like it all the way. But all good, man. All good. All right.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a bad list.
Yeah, but I respect it. It was great.
Not being up there.
Because he still got
the
votes.
Thing to me.
He still got votes, though.
I think he was just low. If you're gonna be off the list, at least be up in the honorable mentions, to where it looks like you'd be 11, right 12, or 13.
Yeah. I think this is the whole conversation that the Steelers are having, and we still have been having about the position and specifically his style of play for the position. The 1,000 yards matter, consecutive seasons of 1,000 yards, but is that enough that we like that more than some of these other more explosive backs? But maybe they haven't been as consistent 1,000 yard, 1,000 yard, 1,000 yard, but they might have a 1,200 yard season and an 800. And it just does seem like league wide, the way that these execs, front office people are voting on, their coaches included, they linked more to that versus the big bruising style. Because even you think about Ramondre Stevenson, he had a dope season last year, but he's all the way at the bottom, right in front of Austin Eckler for receiving votes. Trying to think who's what we say is just a true traditional like running back like Najee that's on this list outside of Derrick Henry, and he's at 9 on the list. Everybody else seems to be more.
I think one of them got drafted this year, right? Someone out of Tennessee.
He wasn't first round though, was he?
No, I don't know. I don't know when he got drafted.
Yeah, because I knew you were talking about dude. He was. I knew he was like because he was actually fast though. I don't know if he was all the way fast, but I know he's seen one where he took it like 60, 70 yards versus Bama, I want to say. And then after that, it kind of got bad for him. But yeah.
All right, that's the end.
Yeah.
No supers.
All right, man. It's a vibe out there, baby. It's a vibe. All right, so
I might just have to tweet out Aiyuk news.
That's how I feel like what everybody's doing right now, man.
I honestly might just tweet out, Photoshop something, put breaking news.
It's gonna get
a picture. I might just say
buzz, bro.
Deal is agreed upon.
And then just
Con and John Lynch agree to trade.
Hey man, good business.
3rd round pick for Brandon Aiyuk. Steelers agree to a contract with him for 4 years, $26 million per. I might just tweet that out. Let's
26.6 per.
Let's see how viral it can go.
It's right now, the way the Steelers Twitter is sounded, it sounds like it's gonna go insane. The algorithm, you already up for the algorithm too. That's what you gotta remember. You already up. All right, the pitches that you didn't drop, man, got the world going nuts right now, man. So you do any of that, man, it's only gonna go crazier. I like it though, man. I like it. So yeah, man. Think that'll do it for the day. Update, remember, no show Wednesday. We got a birthday man in the building, all right? The homie Deke got another birthday, man. Another lap around the sun officially completed. And you know the rules. If y'all around me, man, we don't work on birthdays. We celebrate birthdays, man. So we're not having a show on Wednesday, but we'll be back in the saddle on Thursday, all right? So tell a friend to tell a friend. But if y'all see the homie out, if y'all see him on social media, make sure y'all give him some love on Wednesday specifically because it is his birthday, man, all right? But other than that, got anything on your end, man, before we get up out of here?
Nah, I'm good.
All right then. Well, shoot, salute to each and every one of y'all, man. As you already know, we appreciate the heck out of y'all for rocking with the channel as much as y'all do and showing love whenever we see y'all out in person as well, man. But with that being the case, don't forget to hit that like button one last time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the family, baby. But either way, y'all stay safe out there, and until next time, baby.
I just want to say thanks for the birthday wishes.
Peace. There it is.